I'm studying in Washington University. There have been career fairs organized by our college. So a lot of times I've visited and taken people's, uh, name cards and so like networking out there to meeting with people. So what I do is like, although in the summers also I was supposed to do an internship, but yes, I was not able to get one. Plus, also there was a lot of change because of COVID, right? Like through
Right,
March.
right.
So I didn't stop applying, and there was a hard time because I was applying online and not getting responses. And they said that you can only get through referrals and networking, but so during the COVID time, it became even harder to network with people. So
And you don't have any other alternative plan other than finding a job?
no. So what I do is I generally so I also attended one of the event at like professional career fair kind of thing, which is not by our college, but just like a
Yeah, I
normal
understand.
fair in St. Louis.
Right, right.
So there also I met a lot of people and I got their cards. So what I do is I reach out to those people. Then sometimes they say that we don't have an opening. You try to reach somebody else. Or the other way that I do is like I look through the companies that I want to get into. So naming some of them are like DuPont, BASF, um, Burns and McDonald's, Total, Sabic, and Bayer, and Cotiva, and FMC, and all these companies that I was targeting into. So what I did is I reached out to people, and then I have few friends in the like not chemical industry. I mean, some of them were in chemical but shifted to some other industry now, and things like that. So
So let
through
me
them,
ask you one question here. Are you feeling that there are very few jobs, and most importantly, there are very few interview calls that are coming out from the core sector? Do you get that feeling, or you think it's not true?
so that I think is very true. And also, like today only, I had one informational interview with one of the person at Savic. So I was
At
talking to
Sabex.
him. Yeah, Sabik, and I was talking to him, and I came across the like one of the positions, and fortunately that guy was the one who was supposed to be hiring that position. I mean, not like a recruitment manager, but he was the senior manager, and they were looking for a junior in the same post. So that was just a coincidence. But when I started talking to him, he went on to saying that our first preference is to hire somebody for whom we don't have to give a sponsorship to.
Correct.
And if we can get somebody above you who doesn't need a sponsorship, we'll definitely be hiring that person, you know, in regard to the visas. And he said that although it has only been 20 days that they've posted that post, but they told that we are okay to wait for even for months to look for somebody who has a visa and does not require a work permit, in comparison to somebody who does.
Right, right. So what I'm trying to understand from you is, and this is what I was talking about, is you see a problem, right? There are fewer jobs, and the jobs which are there, companies are not able to support the sponsorship part of it, right?
Right, right.
Right. And actually, to be honest with you, I had a friend at Sabik who works there. He is my roommate. Actually, we did our PhD together. He works at Sabik Indiana plant,
Oh,
and
nice.
uh, and this was he got that. I think you can find him in my LinkedIn. Actually, his name is Devendra Bajaj, and if you want, you can send my reference and you can talk to him if you want.
Sure,
He
sure.
may say again.
Yeah, sure. I'll love to do that.
Yeah, yeah. His name is Devendra Bajaj actually, and but I can tell you for sure one thing. Even this was, I think he started his job there in 2013, I think.
Okay.
So it's almost like 7 years. But even then, when he started his job there, he had a green card.
Oh, okay.
So I am not sure that this was 7 years back. So 7 years back, I don't think they were. they were trying to sponsor any visas. But I also know there was a person who worked with him, intern. He was actually my junior from college in here from Maryland, and his
Okay.
junior too. Um, he worked under him as an intern as a CPT for almost a year.
Okay.
So just open for these. So whenever somebody tells you we
Mm-hmm.
don't have a job, we can't sponsor,
Mm-hmm.
my advice to you would be is always come out with your OPT and CPT that you can leverage.
Yeah. So
A-
to take.
and even if you can work as an intern, because what happens is once you're inside the business,
Right.
then if the market is fine, everything goes fine, you may be able to find a position.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I can, I am not going to say that it will be easy for you to find a job or you can find a job.
Right.
It will be very difficult for anybody right now. And to be honest with you, I have spoken to a lot of students who are in much worse situation, who has gone back to India. I have spoken to students who have lost their jobs and gone back to India, and who
Mm-hmm.
are in about to go to India. There are many type of students that I speak these days, so I have a lot of information in the sense that because I see those things happening.
Right.
But my only advice to you would be is, definitely don't avoid, if a discussion happens about sponsorship, try to say them that I can use my OPT. I have a STEM OPT, I can use it, so I don't need a sponsorship. Number one. Number two, if I think if the person is especially a US citizen, they don't sometimes get it. But a lot of students, if you speak, a lot of managers, if you speak, and if they're international, they might be able to understand that. Number two, you can still say that I'm open to work as an intern or open to work as a what they call it, co-op or something.
Okay.
So because that maybe give you a chance to say, okay, we can hire this person on a project as an intern and not to worry about your healthcare or things like that.
Right. Right.
So that is one way to go. But uh, so that to me is the right way to go. I don't think you can force anybody to give you a job, to be honest. And
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't think you can if the market is bad, you can't do much, to be honest with you, right?
Right.
So let's say tomorrow if I lose a job, I can't find a job too. The
Right.
situation is
Right.
that bad. So it's not, I don't think you are doing anything wrong, it's just the situation what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I would also strongly warn you that if you don't have any other plan, you can be in trouble too. So just be aware of that.
Right. Right.
If you are, what I'm saying, if you don't have a plan, what I meant is, as a master's student, I don't know what's your long-term plans are, Oshin. You want to stay in this country, or you want to go back India, or whatever your plans are. But if you want to stay in this country, for a master's student from India is a tough, is not an easy thing to do, to be honest.
Right. Right. I
So
understand.
just yeah, so just have this mindset, and I'm talking about long term. Let's say if you're able to find a job, H1 and all that, but you can't convert that into green card as a master's student from India. That's one. Number two is, you always will be in situation where you say, what if I lose a job, what if I lose a job? There will always be that, because as I said, a lot of students who are on H1 visa working in this country for 5-6 years have lost the job and are in verge of going back home.
Right. Right.
So there will always be this conflict. So again, I said, you can have a short-term plan, and a lot of students who talks about, I want to stay in this country for 2-3 years. Part of the reason is because some lot of people have taken the loan,
Mm-hmm.
and they said,
Mm-hmm.
I want to pay that loan off. And I think it's a very genuine thing. If that is the case with you also, I would say, make sure, you know go with alternative plan, what you can do to find a job and turn co-op. Don't hook up too much on full time. So let's me see if I can find an internship and things like that.
Right. Right.
But if that is not the case, I will also advise you to apply back home.
Okay.
Yeah. So if that is not the case, I would say just don't hook up with US. Just keep on applying back home also. Or if you see an opening which talks about, um, you know, if there is a company and there's a manager, just talk to them. And let's say the talk is not going like you can have a job. Ask them that,
Mhm.
do they have a connection back in India? Maybe they have a offshore campus in Hyderabad or in Gurgaon somewhere. And there are companies, a lot of companies I know. I have friends who work in those companies too. So, and a lot of every company, especially manufacturing, chemical, they have those type of jobs. And other thing I will also advise you, you are still going to take classes this semester, right?
Right. So
Okay.
I'll be having mostly online classes.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, if you get a chance, take classes which can diversify your portfolio. So what
Mhm.
does I mean by that is, so let's say if you look at core sector, most jobs are not available, right? So
Right, right.
if I see your CV, I see you as a chemical engineering student, and
Mm-hmm.
I know that there are no jobs in chemical company. So I will go out and say what kind of jobs are there. So I will see
Mm-hmm.
there are jobs available in program management. There are jobs available, and these are the jobs you can do online too. You don't have to go to a manufacturing plant. Okay.
Right.
I would say if you get a chance, make sure take some courses on engineering management, take some course on program management, if it's possible for you,
Mm-hmm.
because that's your money. You can do whatever you want, I believe. And if your department allows, so diversify your portfolio. So your
So,
CV, yeah, go ahead.
so in regard to that, I actually took project management, and I took one course in like effective managerial communication.
Okay, so if
And
you have done that, I want to see your another CV, CV2,
mhm.
if I have to
Okay.
say, where I see a person the CV comes out as a person who has experience in program management. I don't see that in the CV, right? And the
Okay.
reason I say so is because if you look at jobs for program management, then you are not just hook up to chemical companies. You can work for ketchup company, you can work for aerospace company, you can work for automotive, doesn't matter. Program managers are everywhere. So the type of jobs are available for you will be a lot. It's
Right.
gonna
Right.
so again, diversify your portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
It should right now the best way you can do, you should be the person who can do everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm coming to. So how can your CV says, okay, if there is a job for program manager, you are there. If there is a job for a chemical engineer, you are there. If there is a job for product manager, you are there. Things like that, you know. So
So, how
yeah, go
about
ahead.
like the jobs for product manager, and all of them require like experiences in the description, but I do not have any. So,
Yeah. As I said again, you need to look at entry level positions. You don't have to look at positions which are looking for experience. And I don't think you don't have experience. You said you work for Accenture, right?
right, right.
I think you can apply for software companies. I mean, here's the thing: if you're looking for jobs, apply anywhere, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I know like TCS is hiring in US, and they are looking for someone who is in US. So
Right, right.
again, I'm telling you, these are the options that are available. I have friends in US who works in TCS. I have a friend actually at who goes with MBA program with me at Columbus. They are doing good job, and they are hiring people who are US citizens, and they doesn't require sponsorship. And probably if you have OPT, that might work very well with them too.
Okay.
Again, don't see, again, your job is to um, your objective here is to find a job, work, act that way. Your job is not to find a job in a chemical company. Your objective here is to find a job. And I'm not saying go and work any shitty job, but these are the jobs available. And if your background from bachelor's can work, if your background from 1 year experience from Accenture can work, if your background from masters what you've done can work, if your courses what you've taken can work, anything that works, make your one resume, two resume, third resume, fourth resume, fifth resume. More is
Right.
better. Don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So today I also faced the problem like this person was focusing on is your master's like with thesis or without thesis.
It
So
doesn't
when I
matter.
said
If you need a job, you don't care about research thesis.
no,
Don't
so
waste your
this guy
time.
was okay. So this
Yeah.
guy was like, if it's without thesis, he was a little skeptical about the issue.
No. To be honest with you, if you're not if you're not too much worried about I have to do PhD and things like that, I won't worry too much, to be honest.
Okay.
A project, you can submit a project and you should be fine. Yeah. Your job is, as I said, that's why I asked you initially, what's your plan? I don't hear that you are thinking, oh, I'm going to go for PhD. If that was the case, I would have advised you. But if not, don't waste your time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, you are also working in this Lockheed Martin space, if that's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
So what is this company about?
We do defense, aerospace space. You heard about these stuff which goes into Mars and Moon, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that's our job.
So this is also a US based company.
Yeah. It's a US based company, and it only hires citizens. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because I was actually looking for this company, and I was thinking that even this company has a chemical outlook towards it.
But they don't hire, unfortunately they don't hire international students or international citizens. They only hire US citizens. Yeah.
Right.
There's a video actually, a lot of people ask this question, so I did an interview of a manager at Lockheed, and
Okay.
I put up a video. If you go to the Careerpedia website, there's a video from a Lockheed Martin manager, and just go to 19 minutes. You don't have to watch a complete video, but hang on, just let me send you the link, because a lot of people ask me. There was one time I remember, I was talking to a student. Actually, the guy was very desperate because he had only 2 weeks and he has to leave India. So he
Right.
messaged me on LinkedIn. I really need your help. So I talked to him and he said, there is a job in Lockheed. Can you hire me or whatever? First of all, it doesn't work that way. I can't hire anybody right there. But anyway, I told
Right.
him we don't hire international student. And then he started, why you are working there? Then I said, because I'm a US citizen. But he was really bad. But anyway, so here's the link.
Okay.
And that's why I made a video of this person actually. He's a manager, and if you go to 19 minutes, you can skip that. But if you go to 19 minutes, he talks about what is the hiring process in Lockheed and whom we hire, whom we not. So,
right.
but
I just
as he
made a
said,
note of.
most of the reason why I ask you to watch this video, because most of the US companies are like that. And not many people understand it, that they keep applying, but it goes into a black hole. Nothing comes out.
Right. So there was this US Navy,
Yeah, don't worry. Don't waste your time.
Yeah, some like smaller company which was working with chemical engineers,
Yeah, it
and
doesn't matter. Yeah. See,
I
let me tell
applied
you
and
another
later they
thing.
said no.
I think if you watch news, Ocean, I think 2 or 3 days back, Trump has signed a paper
Right.
saying that any company,
American first.
no, any company that has federal projects or subcontracts, they cannot hire internationals. But
Oh,
to
okay.
be honest with you, it may not work for OPT guys. So if OPT still they can hire, but if you need H1 visa or something, yeah, no, so you can't hire right now. And most of the companies, to be honest with you, whether it's Lockheed or any company, whether there's a company next door to you, they may or may not have some or other projects that has a link with federal projects, because every project is linked with government. You know what I mean?
Right.
In some way or the other. So then what happens if, let's say, if there's a project, a company is working and there's another project which has nothing to do federal, they're like, oh, we shouldn't be in that position, or we should not make that commitment.
Right. So also like the thing that you said, that Trump has signed this document, but this isn't passed by the the houses, right?
It doesn't need, it's executive order.
Oh, okay.
You're getting into politics now.
Oh, okay. No, so I was thinking that like even before he passed the law, for deporting all the other immigrants.
Yeah,
And
but
then
you can sign an executive order until there is a way president can veto things. So.
okay.
I'm looking for it. Trump executive. I mean, that executive order doesn't stays forever. you're right, but he can sign.
Okay. I didn't know about this, so
Hey,
that's
as
why
I
I
said, you're getting into politics.
asked.
So I can send you the link. I don't want to spread fake news. Here's the link.
Yeah.
You can read it.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Like I just
No,
didn't
but
know.
you should read it
Okay.
because you asked a good question. Not many people ask such questions. I mean, you should have all the information. See, you can only make smart decisions if you know everything, right?
Right.
Otherwise, you will
That's
be.
true.
What is the difference between you and anybody else? So you should know. So next
Right.
time, if somebody tells you, know what you do.
Right.
Otherwise, you will be wasting 2 hours in making your resume and everything, and you will like nobody hires me, and you know you did a wrong thing. You didn't read the news.
Right. No, that makes sense.
Yep. So,
So,
I mean, anyways, I would say don't get totally demoralized. Hopefully, things will be fine. But that's only my suggestion to you would be is, and as I said, it's not you. In my career, I have faced a hardship too. It took me. I was an international student, just like you. So It's not a new story, but you have to build yourself. Ups and downs comes. It still comes, but yeah.
right.
So
So,
it's not
how?
like it will be, maybe you would be in a position someday telling the same thing to the student for sure. So it's not like I'm saying anything new. I understand your pain of anybody. That's why I started this channel, helping people.
Right. I mean, this is great. Like, you know, uh, this idea that never came to my mind to have another CV for like another job. So that is good.
Yeah, I wish somebody would have told me when I was your age or your stage. Sorry.
Right.
So I learned these things, and now we hire people, and I have, to be honest with you, once I have started, especially I have started this channel and talking to students. Before I used to do formally, but then I said there was a need, so I started this. I have reviewed more than 1,000 resumes probably in last 3 months or 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
and I can tell you when what's wrong with the student just by um, it's just experience. What's the best thing that would work for you, and I hope like some students do take it seriously and find it very useful. Some students are still confused, which is okay, I understand. But I would say in your case, my advice would be, I want to hear what's your plan B. If it's not, you could be in trouble. That's my only
Right.
piece of advice to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as I said, you can work for plan A, but always make sure you have a mission statement. So if I ask you what is your career goal, um,
Right.
and I don't want to give a lecture, but it should be very clean and clear. And if that is the case, then you would be able to go from point A to point B in a straight line. Otherwise, you will be wandering everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So remember that. Okay, Oshin, any other questions?
I just was curious to like if we start an interview to like I talk to people and regarding a job or just like that, taking information. So, is there anything in particular that you would suggest, I should do or I should not do, like while talking to them? Because sometimes it's just the conversation that,
I can tell
you
you
know,
one thing for sure, what you shouldn't do, but you can't help sometimes you can't help yourself. Okay.
mm-hmm.
One thing you never do sounds desperate.
Right.
That's it. That's my only one and very important advice. You
Mm-hmm.
should sound confident. And it's
Mm-hmm.
very easy to judge someone when you are on the other side.